And we'll come down at a sharper angle. Let's say 30%. Because this ride, we can't do loops or anything, so mostly it's going to be turns and things like that that are exciting. So I want to make sure, again, we don't have a lot of nausea here. I'm a little bit concerned with this part here, that maybe it's a little bit too tight of a bank. But let's see what the test reveals. So again, I can't spend too much time in these tests, but hopefully we'll get something that's not too nausea-inducing. Now, again, it might be an average, so having a little bit of high nausea might be okay. Oh, start test. Come on. Go, go, go. All right, so I'm going to watch these numbers. And I'm just hoping this is a little gentler so we're not going to cause people to throw up all over the place. Or cause them to have too much fear, too. I mean, if they're fearful, they're not going to ride the ride, so there's that. All right, here we go. Come down. Now, this is a very exciting part of the ride, but not too scary or nausea-inducing. Very high there. Okay. You know, I'm not really sure myself if we're going to be in trouble with that, but you know what? I kind of like the ride as is, so I'm going to see what will happen if we go ahead with this. Okay. So we've got some momentum here. What else can we do? So I'm just going to go straight a little bit. And then... You know, I'm kind of done with these. Why don't we just do something ourselves? So, I'm going to bring this up. We're also going to bank it. Let's say 20%, roughly. And we're going to start kind of hooking it. Like that. Nothing too crazy. Bring it down a little bit. We're going to start turning it. Bring it out a little bit. Maybe even start banking it the other way here in a second. We're going to bank it 20 degrees this way. Start going this way, and we're going to start taking it down. Like that. Keep going down here. And we're going to start straightening the sucker out. And start leveling it out, which we'll do more gently. All right. And we'll start bending the path a little bit, but nothing that would require a bank yet. All right, I'm not sure if we're going to have enough momentum to do this, but we'll try. Okay, let's do a little bit of a bank here. Say 15%. And we'll start coming in a little bit harder and bring it up slightly. All right, let's back that up a little bit. We'll bank it a little bit harder. Let's go to 20%. Start bringing it a little harder. Okay, that looks like we've got the connection. All right. Let's do our final test here. And play. I'm hoping that this will give us an average that's not too bad. Because we'll kind of like calm things down here towards the end. So up we go. Get a lot of momentum. Do this course here. Then come back around. Finish her off. Nice simple ride. Doesn't cost us a lot of money. But it may give us a lot of the things that we're looking for. And a ride. Hopefully it's not too scary. Maybe we have too much momentum coming in here. I don't know. I'm kind of thinking this is Throw Up City here. All right. So, first thing I'm going to do is stop the test. The one thing I'm worried about, airtime. Total airtime. 0.2 seconds. So what is airtime? All right, so this is really not a great ride, honestly. It's quite possible I have too much momentum here. What we could do is maybe just bring things down a little bit. All right, hold on a second. Maybe I don't want to quite include all of that. Let's say we do that much. What I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to shorten the height of this because I'm thinking we're getting a little bit too much. Problem is, it's not really doing what I want it to do. How I want to do it. Let's try it that way. Yeah, see, it's shortening the whole thing. I don't want it to do that. Oh, I don't want to have to rebuild the whole ride. But this is obviously, this is too intense here. Probably what I need to do is have it go straight for a while so that they get rid of some of the acceleration. Or just not have it drop as much. Alright, well, I'm going to end up having to redo a lot of this, I think. Unfortunately. You know what? No, I'm not. I don't think that's as nice as it was before, but you know what? Maybe I can do this a little bit differently. How about I just change the part that's bad, right? Part that's causing problems. And that's this part, right? And instead of having this hill use all of its momentum, I'm going to use some of its momentum, right? Okay. So what I'm going to do is level this sucker out. Like that. You know, honestly, we probably do have to. Probably what we do have to do. Get rid of all this. I'm going to start over. But I have an idea of what I want to do. So, I apologize for this, but I'm still kind of getting the hang of coaster creation, and this is one of those things that I'm just going to have to learn how to do. I am also going to want to mess with this track a little bit because I'm not very happy. Well, you know what? I think that's okay, honestly. Okay. Let's start over. So, we're going to select this. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. Okay. So, I'm going to go straight for just a little while. Then, I'm going to use one of these, and I'm going to take a half helix to down to the right. Now, if I can... Okay. So we have that. And what we're going to do is try and slow... So come to like, let's say 20% bank. Bring it up a little bit. Then come over a little bit more. Use the bank further. Bring it up a little bit. You almost level. Okay. Now we've done that. I'm going to go ahead, do one straight one. Then I'm going to do another one, but this time to the left. Like so. And we're going to play with this. I'm going to go to about 20% like we did before. And I'm going to bring it, oops, up. That. Bring it out this way a little bit. And then we'll get rid of the bank. Bring it over a little bit more. And bring it out to level. We have a straight piece. I'm hoping that this is like, a little bit gentler. We're kind of doing this. We're not doing too much at once. And I don't think we're going to have to do an up one. So let's do helix to the left, but we're going to do an up one. Oops, not to the left. Let's try the right. There we go. And we're going to bring this over slightly. Start getting rid of the bank. Bring it down. Okay. Yeah, like that. Get down. Get rid of the bank. Okay. Straighten her out. Go down, still more. All right. I'm going to test this out now. And I don't know how our finances are doing. Well, it looks like we're okay. I mean, I feel like taking a lot of time here, but I want to get this right. And, you know, I have to learn how to build my own ride. I still feel like I haven't gotten a lot of this down yet. But, you know, we're a little bit gentler here, and I think this will give us what we're looking for. It's not going to make people throw up. It's not going to make people too afraid. And it still does what I'm looking for, in my opinion. But we'll just see. I'll watch. I'm watching nausea. Okay, not too bad. I mean, pretty high there. I mean, I tried to make it gentler. Maybe what I need to do. It seemed like it was doing fine, and then it started to fall apart. And I think it's because this happened too soon. Like, this wasn't too bad, but then this happened so close that people were like, throw up. So, I think we've got the idea down. I think I need to spread it out a little bit more so that people have time to recover from the first bank. So, oops. What I want to do here, just kind of straighten this sucker out. Okay, that's probably good enough. At this point, I think people have recovered. So, I'm going to go ahead and do the helix. And we're going to go helix down. Is it to the left or right? Yeah, left. You know, maybe I should start the bank or the trip down. I mean, maybe that's part of the problem. I don't know. We'll see. This time, what I'm going to do, rather than like build this out too much and, you know, not get the result I'm looking for. So I'm going to go with 20% bank. Roughly. We're going to bring the it up a little bit to roughly about there. And I'm going to move it slightly over that way. Okay. We're going to complete the leveling off. And bring it slightly that way. Bring it up. There we go. Okay. You are going to be there. Maybe even over slightly. Okay. If this is the case, will the test be better? So, stop, start, play. So I'm hoping, because I've spaced it out a little bit better, people aren't going to get so sick. Because it didn't seem like in this curve, things were so bad. And I'm hoping that will still be the case. We're going to watch and see what happens here. So down we go. So far, not bad. Okay, not bad, not bad. People are recovering. People are recovering. Pretty high. Okay. Well, you know what? That taught me what I was thinking. So we just need to give people more time to recover, and they'll be okay, in my opinion. So we're just gonna back this up, and we're just gonna come out a little bit more. Okay, I think now we do it. And if people aren't recovered at this point, I don't know what to tell you. So he looks down to the left. And again, I could start the bank much earlier than I did. And that might be part of the problem with the nausea. All right, so we're going to start canceling out the bank. And if that's the case, I can fix that pretty easily. As a matter of fact, does it let me fix that already? So you know, we start the bank like a little bit earlier. Might be the trick we're looking for. Like that. And then do the same thing over here. So it's not such a problem. There we go. I mean, maybe that's a little less harsh for people. I wouldn't put it at like, 16%. Kind of give it a middle ground. Then we do the same thing over here. Maybe even like the 20% would be a good call. Or close to it. It's just like closer to the number that it's going to turn into. Like that. Alright, so hopefully that helps a little bit with the banking. And then, let's come over here. Then we'll do about 20% here. And start bringing the sucker out a little bit. Looks good. We'll bring her up to about there. And then we'll undo the rest of the bank. Bring the height back all the way. And maybe... I mean, I'm trying to roughly make this straight. Okay, looks good to me. Alright, let's see the test now. So, start, play. I'm hoping that this will relieve some of the nausea and things, because it looks better to me. It looks more fluid. And I think that's all we really needed, was just a little bit more fluidity here. To make these turns gentler. Then you give people plenty of time to recover. Yeah, much... I mean, it's still high, but we're giving people time to recover. Time to recover. I mean, I don't know. I mean, it might still be... It might still be high. But... hard to say. Alright, well... I think we finished this sucker off. And I'm sure there's other things I can do here to make this better, but... I think at this point, I'm going to do, one more of these things, and then I'm just going to bring it around and into the dock here. So, let's just go straight out, straight out, straight out, straight out. And maybe there. At this point, we'll do the helix to upright. And what I'll do is I'll come in here. And I'll try and smoothen up the bank to roughly about 20%. Looks good. I mean, we could even start the banking earlier than that. Like if I come over to this section, I could start the banking at like 10%. Again, to like gentle, make it more gentle, transition. And we could even do the same thing over here. So, wrong way. So, like that. It makes it a little gentler getting in here. And then do the same thing over here. Oh, this is the part where we're at 20%. So back up a little bit further. Put this sucker at 10%. Okay. Hopefully that helps. And then over here, we're going to start reducing the banking. And bring this down. Maybe not quite so severe. That. And we'll bring it slightly over that way so it looks straighter. Finish off the banking. Fix. And start leveling it out. That. Let's straighten her out. Okay, I'm going to start turning this sucker very gently. And bring her down very gently. Okay, and about this point, I'm going to start banking her at, let's say, that angle. And we'll start turning at a more aggressive angle, let's say 12%. And you know, we've got more real estate to play with than I'm using. Okay. Turn her around a little bit more. Okay, that looks pretty good to me. I mean, we can even maybe level out the bank here a little bit before we finish this connection up. Trying to make it not too harsh. All right. I'm hoping this looks okay and is going to result in a good ride. I'm not sure myself. I think that maybe these banks are a little bit too harsh.